now. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Russell Westbrook?
I think the two most explosive point guards in the league right now, Kevin, are Derrick Rose and Westbrook. We just haven't seen the kind of point guards in league history with this kind of finishing ability at the rim.
Well, he does a great job absorbing contact, double clutching, and if he gets a good step on you, forget about it. He can throw it down with the best of them.
It's Durant with the drive. That's blocked.
I've just got to say this. I mean, the Thunder fans have really been spoiled since the team moved to Oklahoma City. 4 years in, and they've made the playoffs in all but the first season.
Back to Oklahoma City, made the playoffs, gone deep more often than not, and talk about winning over a city. When they relocated Steve from Seattle, they have done that and more.
Well, that city has really embraced the franchise, Kevin, and it helps when you've got guys like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook who are not only phenomenal players to watch, but really good people who the community can embrace. So I think the love affair between the team and the community is going to last a long time.
That's 2 early fouls. I mean, we'll see how much leeway he gets the rest of the quarter from the coach. I don't think he necessarily has to sit with 2, but he's got to be careful.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Chris Bosh. Here's Durant. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
He is so good at working himself into the open spots on the floor inside that three-point line. Well, for Russell Westbrook, last year a career high in field goal percentage and points per game. Just a devastating score, getting even better. And he can score in so many different ways. Transition, he can knock down the jumper, and he's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Cephalosha with the steal. Westbrook with the lead pass. He shoots again. LeBron with the block. And you mentioned how well Westbrook scored last season. His assist did dip quite a bit.
But that wasn't just him. That was along with the team as a whole. The Thunder near the bottom of the league in assists because they've got great individual scores. They are able to get points without a lot of ball movement. Once they incorporate the ball movement and the sharing of the ball with those explosive scores, then I think you're going to have something special.
I think the thing that sets Kevin Durant apart is the fact that he's about 7 feet tall, and yet he's got elite shooting guard skills. I don't know if anybody in the history of the league has had his ability to shoot with range and to create shots with his ball handling at 25 feet. Just amazing.
That doesn't go either for Durant.
A very rough quarter for him as not much is falling right now.
From downtown, Ibaka, the pass to Cephalosha. Passes it to Perkins. Here's Westbrook, and they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
Again, the miss by the Heat. Clark going back to Durant's height, 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot, whatever you want to agree on. The Thunder have, even started to play him at power forward in certain situations. He can bring the ball up as a point. He can play the 2 with his shooting. I mean, he's all over the floor.
What he brings with his package of shooting, speed, scoring ability, and strength is only going to enhance all of that presently and as he moves forward in his career.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Well, out of the break, guys, he's managed to turn it over twice now, and that doesn't bode well for the rest of the quarter if he doesn't shake out of it and tighten things up.
Now let's send it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Scott Brooks.
Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do.
Thanks, Doris. And the Thunder making a switch here. Harden's checked in. And so Westbrook makes them both.
The Heat knew it was all about the playoffs for them last year, Kevin, and ultimately they would be judged on if they were able to win a title or not. That's may be harsh, but that truly is the reality for that group.
It is there. You're right. The Heat have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Yeah, Clark, they cruised early, and once Derrick Rose got hurt and the Bulls were knocked out, they were the heavy favorites to reach the finals. But it was a struggle at times. Indiana gave them a real good second round.
Yeah, and then Boston took them to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, even had them down 3-2. But in the end, it was finally LeBron's turn, and he was amazing during the championship round against Oklahoma City. And it was very impressive the way he responded to his critics and played about as well as you can possibly play in an NBA Finals. Congratulations to Miami and to LeBron.
The first free throw is good.
You can tell a lot about a team by how it handles its business on the road. Typically, that's a good barometer of what kind of success a team is going to have, what they get done on the road. The Thunder showed last year they were going to be right in the mix with their road play.
Yeah, the Thunder finished 21-12 on the road last season. For a team so good at home to be able to win on the road like they did, Steve, I thought that was incredibly impressive.
Well, to be an elite team in the NBA, Kevin, you have to win on the road. You got to control your home court and then be able to go out and grind out wins away from home, and that's exactly what Oklahoma City has established the last couple of seasons.
Here's Lewis, and he converts the layup. Lewis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
I'm sure they'd like to get more shots like that one.
Feeds to Cephalosha, and it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. And the Thunder with some changes. Allison comes in for Kendrick Perkins, and Kevin Durant is subbed in for Serge Ibaka. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Westbrook kicks to Durant over Lewis, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game.
No matter what you do with Durant defensively, nothing bothers him. You try to be physical with him. That's probably your best bet. But that's easier said than done because he can get around you with that speed and quickness. But really what he's looking to do is create space and shoot over the top.
And you've just highlighted a lot of what he has from a skills standpoint. But it's his demeanor, that unflappable nature, that always in attack mode. He's got the quick release. He's got the size to shoot over most any defender. And he can go for buckets in a hurry. He's streaky, but he's efficient as well as effective for long stretches. He's special.
A lot of people have asked if a town like Oklahoma City might be a little too slow for a superstar like Kevin Durant, but that's not really his personality. He's a baller. He just wants to stay in the gym and play on a winning team, so this is a perfect spot for him.
Off target on the 15-footer.
I think he's capable of shooting the ball much better than he has so far. I don't think there's any doubt about that, guys.
LeBron with it. Picked up by Collison. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Durant is a great kid. You know why he wears number 35? That was the age of his mentor. When he was growing up, he had an AAU coach that he grew very, very close to. And at 35 years of age, the guy was murdered. So to remember him and to serve as inspiration for Durant, he wears the uniform number 35. So that's the kind of kid he is. So when you hear about a kid working on his game like that, that's what Durant loves. He's all about basketball.
Yeah, he really is. Loves being in the gym, loves the challenge of trying to get better, and loves the element of competition that is the game. And when you've got his skills and gifts and ability, and you add the motor that he has to that, you've got something special that's going to be our treat to watch for years to come. He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Yeah, the fans not agreeing with the call there.
Well, that's one way to get a reaction from the fans, guys.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's the Thunder leading by 17. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, I like what I've seen from this club defensively. They're forcing a lot of turnovers with their quick hands and ability to play the passing lanes.
Well, you talk about quick hands, but I think it's the mindset of being aggressive and then obviously being active with the hands, tracing that ball so you can come up with deflections that may lead to steals.
So with Westbrook on the bench, this is who Scott Brooks has out there. Daquan Cook is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Nick Collison, and it's Maynard in at the point. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Dwayne Wade is the only guard in NBA history to average a block a game over his career. Of his shot blocking, he says, shot blocking is first about courage. I take a lot of pride in it. If I can talk about anything in my statistical game, it's my blocks. It's the one thing I look at. I always enjoy it because I'm not supposed to do it as much as I have over my career. Kevin, it's a real advantage defensively.
He's something else, Doris. Thanks.
A great two-way player, and at 6'4", amazing the way he can protect the rim.
Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. They get Russell Westbrook.
And along with the rest of his Heat teammates, Chris Bosh has heard his share of criticism. Some people not being aggressive enough offensively or rebounding enough. But, you know, it can be a challenge to try to blend all those different players into one team. I think Bosh has been a really nice addition for the Heat.
And Steve, for Chris Bosh, one thing he has said offensively is he doesn't like missing shots. He said, I can make 3 in a row. And then if I miss 2 in a row, I feel like I'm blowing it. What do you think of that?
Well, I like that attitude of perfection. That's what makes the really good players great. I mean, you know, that's really not the mentality of big-time scorers in the league, but based on where Bosh is and who he's playing with, that's fine. I think it works.
And it's Durant missing. The Heat trail by 16. Adier dishes to Haslam. Over Collison. Haslam, that's good.
Now they're finally starting to shoot the ball a little bit better now.
You know, I thought this was the kind of play they needed in the first quarter, but as I always like to say, it's better late than never. You know, the Miami Heat are relatively young as a team in terms of NBA history. Joined the league in 1988, but really hit the ground running and have been a force in the East since they became part of the league.
For the Thunder, Kendrick Perkins. He's checked in for Collison. Ibaka comes in for Jones. And it's Maynard in for Russell Westbrook.
And that hurts.
Yeah, big mistake there, especially when you're trailing.
Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for the Thunder. Well, you look at the Heat, you take away the first 3 years of the franchise as they were building from scratch. Since 1991, they have only missed the playoffs 5 times. Steve, I think that's an amazing stat.
Yeah, the franchise quickly came in and established itself way back as one of the tougher opponents to deal with in the East. They've done a nice job of establishing themselves as a model organization in the NBA over the years. Yeah, Harden is really an instant offense type guy, Kevin. He's been a role player off the bench the last couple of years, but it seems like he's ready to emerge into a star. He's instant offense when he comes into the game.
And, Steve, it's not just because Harden can get hot in a hurry. It's also because he can find ways to get the shots he wants. And he isn't just a catch-and-shoot guy. He knows when to put it on the floor, create some space, and then pull up for the 2. He's also a better passer than advertised.
And with the Thunder, this is Scott Brooks' first head coaching opportunity, and there's no question he's made the most of it. He was Coach of the Year back in 2010, and that team has so much stability as an organization, but also as a coaching staff and as a roster. They seem to be getting better and better every year.
Great open look there. That's 12 points for Kevin Durant.
I tell you what, he can be an offensive force when he's on top of his game, guys, and he usually is on top of his game.
That's flat out embarrassing.
Harden's shot is good.
He was really a non-factor in that first quarter, but he's found a way to step it up here.
The Heat trail by 21. And for Coach Brooks, you really have to appreciate, Steve, the way he's gotten all the players to buy into being unselfish, that defensive first mentality.
Yeah, no question. And give the general manager credit, too, for putting together a group of guys who are high character and who already have that gene in them to really want the team to do well. Led, of course, by Kevin Durant, the superstar who is also the backbone of this club, Russell Westbrook as well. But Brooks deserves a lot of credit. He's put this together, and he's made it work, and really a nice situation in Oklahoma City.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, the Heat last season decided to revamp their offensive strategy, playing a more free-flowing style to try to take better advantage of their quickness and playmaking ability. Chris Bosh said, "We're not just going to go out there and play pickup, but we are going to get into our spacing, make the right cuts, read each other, and just go out there and play." LeBron James said, "It suits our personnel. It's been good for us to just read and react. No matter if it's a make or a miss, we want to get the ball up the floor as fast as possible." Kevin?
Well, Doris, when you've got that kind of talent and IQ, playing on instinct can certainly be effective. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Well, with such a young core and showing that they can be a team that can hold their own in the tough Western Conference, it's possible we could be looking at a decade-long run here with the Thunder, where they win multiple conference championships and maybe NBA titles as well. And that hurts.
Yeah, big mistake there, especially when you're trailing.
Jones checked in for Kevin Durant. The three from Harden. No good. And it's Miami the other way. See, that's a good thought. You certainly have to think so, the way they are dominating their division and the rest of the West the past few years. Clark, what a solid young core they have to go with.
Yeah, they're fantastic, Kevin. Such a young team. They've been knocking on the door for a championship the last couple of years, and they should be a contender as long as they can keep this core together and stay healthy.
Boy, they were not wasting any time on that fast break.
Well, when it starts with the turnover, that's the best time to get out and run. You can beat the defense down the floor that way.
Harden against Wade. Gathers. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Wade.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
Westbrook, a screen on Wade. Harden the pass to Cook. There's the three. That's good. Cook's got 8. Here's LeBron. Here's Westbrook. And no good trying to get that one. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. It's the 41.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Good afternoon, Hoops fans. This is the halftime report.
A look here at the fast-growing downtown of Miami, Florida, as we return to action.
Kevin Durant has been getting it done. 12 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And that may not be the first thing people notice about his performance, but those are important points nonetheless.
So it's Miami now. Mario Chalmers and the electric D. Wade at the guards. Shane Battier is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's LeBron in at the threesome. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
And a breakthrough season last year for Mario Chalmers. Shot the ball well, 45% from the field, 39% from long distance. Numbers far and away better than in any of his prior seasons in the league.
Here's LeBron. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Perkins. That is good. The Heat shooting 43% for the game.
And guys, for Chalmers, he credited his shooting improvement to his training and his health. He got up 500 shots every day during the lockout, and having his legs stronger and no ankle troubles helped him get the kind of lift he needed on that shot. He had an outstanding year.
And that one misses.
And Kevin, he's really solidified his role as the closer on this team. You know, Miami struggled to figure out whether they'd go to LeBron or Bosh or Wade at first. I think Wade has become the guy.
Well, I tell you what, it's nice to have two guys that are capable of closing, Steve. And I agree with you, though. His aggressiveness and confidence probably give him a slight edge in closing over LeBron. You can play great defense on him, but he still typically finds a way to get the shot he wants.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Well, you know the Heat are a dominant team, but they were absolutely phenomenal at home. They completely destroyed their opponents on their home in South Beach last year.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Yeah, not a lot of happy visits to South Beach for visiting teams. The Heat, Clark, a devastatingly good 28-5 in their arena.
That was the best home record in the East and tied, Kevin, for the best overall home record in the league with the San Antonio Spurs. They really didn't mess around when they played at home. They were lethal in South Beach.
Here's Perkins, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the Thunder, when they acquired Kendrick Perkins, they considered him to be the final piece to the puzzle, to be that rebounder and shot blocker, intimidator that you need in playoff basketball.
He's perfect from the line this time. And Kendrick Perkins really fitting into the hard-working nature of this Thunder team. Training hard in the summer to get in peak condition. He prides himself on that.
Yeah, and it sets a nice example for his young teammates. It's taken him a while to recover from that knee surgery, but I still think it was an ideal acquisition for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, that's what he does. He's going to fight and battle on the offensive glass all night.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Collison's out there. The free throw off from Hazel.
Well, one thing that you can't say is that the Thunder's rise to the top caught anyone by surprise. In the annual GM survey before the season started, more than 2/3 of the general managers in the league picked Oklahoma City to win the West.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Thunder. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Durant for 3, cannot hit. Now the Heat take it the other way. And you look at the roster they had, and Steve, you kind of alluded to it around the league. They were garnering great success with stars like Westbrook and Durant. So much youth, it's no wonder all those GMs, Clark, that Steve was just talking about, picked Oklahoma City.
And the scary thing is that they'll keep getting picked over and over again. I mean, they have a lot of depth and a lot of skill, and I just see them getting better and better each season.
And the Thunder with some changes. Jones checked in for Perkins. And it's Maynard in for Russell Westbrook. He dishes it to Durant. The basket good off the assist from Maynard. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Russell Westbrook in for the Thunder. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Cole. The Thunder leading by 23. Harden kicks to Westbrook. And there's another one for the Thunder. The Heat have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Here's LeBron, and he hits the jumper. Well, he's been waiting for that for a while. LeBron's now got 6 points.
And guys, you know the story. Eric Spoelstra, coach of the Heat, a guy who worked his way from the ground up with this organization. I mean, from video coordinator to advanced scout, assistant coach, then director of scouting, over 13 years. Finally becomes the head coach and has shown himself to be very much a good fit for that position.
Harden kicks to Durant. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
I can't imagine that we'll see one better than that tonight.
I'm with you on that, aren't you, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I'd be shocked if we saw something more entertaining than that one.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play.
That's an old-fashioned finish there, guys. Going to the finger roll to get the easy two.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for Haslam. Battier comes in for Chris Bosh. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole.
After a subpar first half, I like the way he's been much more aggressive here in the second, finding a way to hit his shot and get more shots.
And, going back to Eric Spoelstra, what a job he's done over the last couple of years with all of that pressure after the acquisition of LeBron James. So much scrutiny and criticism, but he handled it beautifully. He got his team playing its best when they needed to be playing their best, and they were able to capture that championship a year ago. What a run.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense, and that's a good strategy when you're on top.
And the Heat with some changes. Wash comes in for LeBron. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Rashard Lewis. Westbrook against Chalmers. And again, it's Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 14 points.
With all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Well, and that usually leads to a win. This is just very efficient offense that we're seeing tonight.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the third. Dishes it to Cephalosha. Left side, Ibaka. Over Batii. Ibaka, no luck.
Good, tough defense there. Getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
Well, he's got the reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there for you. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, they haven't had to ask him to do too much, but he's doing whatever's needed out there.
Perkins dishes to Cephalosha. Left side, Ibaka. Plenty of space. Rebound by the Heat. Wade's got his third rebound tonight. Trying his luck deep. No good on the buzzer beater. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Thunder out in front, running away.